I'd like to call to order this regular meeting at a special time of the Arts Commission of Ojai. Carl, can you do roll call, please?
Commissioner Grau?
There's 6 of her here.
Here.
Present?
And then we'll note that Commissioner Chisholm is participating remotely via Zoom.
Microphone, please.
And then we have 1 vacancy on the commission, so all 4 are present.
Okay. Carl, can you lead us here?
Please place the flag, put your hand over your heart, fall after me, pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with justice for all. Thank you very much. All right. All right, staff, do we have any public comments? There's nobody present physically.
If there are any participants online that wish to make a public comment, if you could raise your hand. They're not on Zoom.
All right, action items. We only have one today. It'll be the arts grant for 2024. I'm going to turn this, we put together an ad hoc committee for the purpose of looking at these wonderful reviews, and we put Nigel Chisholm, our senior commissioner, in charge of this. So Nigel, I'm going to turn this over to you.
All right, just confirming that everybody can hear me okay? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, Nigel.
All right, thanks very much. All right, finally got this technology thing working reasonably well. I'm here in Dublin, and the sound from your end is coming in somewhat muted, so it may be a bit messy, but we'll keep doing what we can do. So Smitty, thanks for placing me in charge of the grants committee this year. The grants committee consisted of 4 people, myself as chair, Brett Bradigan, Sammy Zaringer, and Julie Grist, all people well known in this community as fair, open-minded folks involved one way or another with the arts. To my knowledge, we had $29,750 to give away as grants this year, and there were, I believe, 17 recipients that stayed. There may have been 2 others that dropped out of the process, but I have 17 that we considered. So the first thing that I will say here is that I think it's, unless anybody objects, is I would like to speak about the organizations that did receive a grant this year, and any that did not receive a grant, then we'll just skip over. Does anybody have an issue with that? No. Okay. So I can discuss a little, if you would like, about each one after I give you the basic numbers. And just as a function, I suppose I do have to tell you which ones didn't receive full funding or 0 funding. So we'll start with number 1, which is Ovate. Their request was $6,000. We gave the committee awarded them $3,000. Number 2 was Ojai Valley Library. Their request was $3,584. The committee awarded them $0 this year. Number 3, the Agora Foundation. Their request was $2,000, and the committee awarded them $1,000. Number 4 was Crew. They requested $6,500, and the committee awarded them $1,000. Ojai Community Chorus was number 5. They requested $5,000, and the committee awarded them $2,000. Number 6 was Ojai Film Society. Their request was $6,000, and we awarded them $6,000 from the committee. Ojai Daiko, number 7, the request was $4,700. The committee awarded them $3,250. Number 8, American Songbook Today, the request was $5,000. The committee did not award any funds to them. Number 9, Dance Ojai, the request was $6,000. The committee awarded $2,500. Number 10 was Ojai Dance Co-op. The request was $3,006, and the committee awarded them $0. Gianna Burite requested $7,000, and the committee awarded a $0. Number 12, Taft Gardens. The request was $19,800. The committee awarded them $3,500. City of Peace, request was $5,000, and the committee awarded them $0. Ojai Studio Artists requested $7,500. The committee awarded $3,500. Number 15, Bernie Larson requested $5,000. The committee awarded $0. Number 16, Chair Sol Institute requested $30,000. The committee awarded $0. And Performances to Grow On, number 17, requested $8,350, and the committee awarded them $4,500. And before we jump into any questions, observations, adjustments, conversations, whatever you want to know, I would point out, as we all know, that the committee's decisions are not binding upon this body of the Arts Commission. They can be adjusted, changed, dismissed, added to, detracted from, anything that this commission decides. However, I would point out that the Grants Committee did have extensive conversations about the benefits of all of the requests this year, and we're very, very grateful that there were so many of them. So I want to go on record as thanking the Grants Committee, Sammy Zaringer, Julie Grist, and Brett Bradigan for their incredibly hard work and diligence toward this process. So thank you all. So with that, I'll turn it back over to the Commission for any questions, observations, to go from there. This, I think, is a very fair representation of what the committee as a whole believes.
Thank you, Nigel. I think I'd like to just say all the the ad hoc committees, people's names, if I may, maybe a little clearer from here. I don't think you introduced everybody who was on the committee.
Yes.
You want me to do that?
Sure.
Okay. We had 2 past arts commissioners, which were Nigel Chisholm and Sammy Zaringer, Brett Bradigan, who's a well-known journalist here in the city and has been here forever, and Julie Grist, a respected member of our Arts Commission, who were on the ad hoc committee, and they reviewed, given the limited amounts of funds that we have, they reviewed it in an effort to make it as effective as we can as we give this money back to the community in the forms of arts grants. And to those who have gotten less or no awards, we do hope that you'll apply again next year, because I'll be doing my best to try to get more funds from the city, because this is a good investment. That's anything to add to that, Nigel?
No, they were just very, very diligent in their work. Very functional meeting. A lot of different viewpoints were put forth, and everybody on the Arts Committee supports these figures.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to make a motion that we No?
Oh, can't we speak?
We'll have a discussion
Okay.
after the motion. Just a motion to accept the ad hoc committee's amounts. Do I need to go down them? I have them in
I
writing
do
here.
have a question, because the amount awarded, based on my math, which I could be wrong, is more than the budget allotted.
What did you come up with?
I come up with a total of $30,250. The total amount to award, I believe, is $29,850.
Nigel, maybe you just read one of them wrong. We're
What's
just
your
checking the math.
I did. Perhaps Ojai Taiko was the one that I may have read incorrectly, because I'm just doing the math as I'm going through it right now. The award was $3,250.
That's what you said, right?
Okay. So we'll just, Carl,
The differential
what,
I have would be $500. I'm sorry, $400.
$400. Let me just check. Just give me a moment, please.
Yeah, we'll get the math right. And I will add, while our mathematicians are working on it, that these are recommendations we make to City Council, Arts Commission, and nor the ad hoc committee for the grants has the final say in this, and this could be edited at the council level as well. You guys take your time.
Can I speak while they're adding?
Please.
Yeah. I will have comments, once we calculate the math, I will have comments on the recommendations themselves, but I did want to take a moment also to join you in thanking the committee for this good work. I think it's important that we engage the community in these ad hoc committees. I think it broadens our effect and appeal and makes what we do broader within the community. So I think it's just the right thing to do. So thank you to Brett and Julie and Sammy for your hard work on this. It's not easy to parse applications and make grants that are not, in most cases, what was hoped for. The point I wanted to make also is that this year, with this 29,000+ is more than we've had to award in prior years, but it still falls woefully short both of the need, as we can see from the demonstrated qualifications of the 17 applicants, but it also is just a drop in the bucket in terms of the importance of the arts in our community. So I would urge the City Council to give more money next year, or to figure out of city coffers how to fund certain arts activities separate and apart from the arts grants.
Could I add something there?
Yes, please.
Okay. So thank you, Nigel, and thank you all who participated in the ad hoc committee. And I accept everything that has been presented. I was at the city council meeting last night, and the chaos, the concern, the lack of peace in our city, Klaus Peter Fleischman and Ray Powers' City of Peace initiative for a concert in next fall. I would like to invite the city. I know we've maxed out our budget, but I would like to invite the city to go back and look at that project as a possibility as being city funded.
Thank you. Do we have the math, Carl?
Yeah, I confirm the budget is $29,850, so the difference is $400.
You got 29,000, Carl?
$29,850 is the budgeted amount. The total I have from the committee's recommendation is $30,250.
So we have to shave.
I'm going to read down the list just to make sure the numbers you gave me are right, Nigel. Okay?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have,
you can.
we have three, for Ovate, 3,000, for Agora, 1,000, for Crew, 1,000, for Community Chorus, 2,000, for the Film Society, 6,000, for DICO, 3,250, For Dance Ojai, 2,500. For Taft Gardens, 3,500, arts program. For Studio Artists, 3,500. For Performances to Grow On, 4,500. Does that match what you have?
So, Carl, yes. So, Carl, but I may have just transposed something differently while I've been traveling.
I think
so,
I can get us
Carl,
out, I can get us out of it on the money side if you, well,
well, let's just give me a moment. Carl, we're just $500 over what's required there?
400.
400. Okay, just give me a moment. I may have to jump. Let me see if I can resolve this.
Well, I can resolve it by making a motion to take $400 from our commission health budget this year, which I don't think we will require. And with a vote of commission and approval of council, we can move 400 over into this.
That would be great.
That way you don't have to check your math there.
That would be great.
So I'm going to make
Yeah,
a motion. Is everyone on? So I'm going to make a motion that we take $400. I think there's 800 in there. 400 from the commission health budget, and we transfer that over to the grants. It'll be a kind of an investment from the Arts Commission, and for the purposes of awarding the full amount that the ad hoc committee recommended for arts grants. Is there a second?
Or I second.
All right, any discussion?
I'd like to say something, please. This is a mistake that I've made transposing something in the travel that I've recently had. So the committee definitely, without any question, awarded $29,750. So this is not an error from anybody there apart from myself. Having said that, I'm more than happy with the numbers that I've given out there. There's somebody is just benefited a little bit more than the grants committee would have advised. However, had we had the extra $400, we may well have advised that wherever it may be, and I'm more than happy to share that with the committee at a future date.
Well, there's a motion on the floor here, and
It's been seconded.
shall we, let's have a vote on that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
we now, that I think will have to be approved by council as well, but we're moving 400 more over into grants. So it may not be necessary for you to check your math there, Nigel. I think we have what we need. I'm going to make a second motion to approve the ad hoc committee's recommendation for the award of the 2024 Ojai City Arts Grants as so
I second.
proposed. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Motion passes. Thank you, Chair
When
Chisholm.
do we have discussion, though?
On what? Oh, on that? Okay. I'm reopening for discussion.
Thank you.
Or comments, or whatever these are.
Yes, comments.
Comments.
We went a little too quickly. There is simply one comment I want to make. I think the committee did a great job with a very difficult charge to reduce these numbers and come up with something reasonable, as I said earlier. I wanted to note that the only fully funded applicant was the Ojai Film Society. They requested $6,000 for their summer series. They received $6,000, and I think certainly in my mind, in voting for this, and likely in the committee's mind, the work the Film Society does with these summer programs is so important, and it brings our community together in such a beautiful way that ever so quickly, after only 2 years, it's become a centerpiece of the summer in the city. Sing it. And so I think that shows the significance of the work they've done. And congratulations also to every other arts entity that received an award.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to move on to, I'm going to let our future agenda items from the last meeting just carry to January, unless anyone has anything else. And, okay, Carl reports. Staff Carl. You got anything for us?
No, this will go to the city council, likely the January 23rd meeting for approval. It looks like they're going to cancel the first meeting in January.
Okay. Is your mic on there for catching that comment? So January, is your mic on? Was it on? No, I did.
So I just stated this would go to city council January 23rd, 2024.
Thank you. Nothing else from staff? Okay.
Commissioner updates you have to do even if we have nothing to say.
I'm sorry, say that again? We should have nothing to say.
Just
Yeah, we're going to do commissioner updates. Oh, I missed them, I'm sorry, thank you. I went out of order, but commissioner updates, Commissioner Steiner.
I have no update.
Correct. Nigel, you have any commissioner updates? You gave us a lot.
Yeah, no, I just want to add that it seemed, with regards to the grants, there's a reasonableness that was missing in some of these requests as to what a small town can do. It also was apparent to me, perhaps not the committee, that some requests had been somewhat inflated simply because historically on the Arts Commission, everybody got something and it was a percentage of their original ask. Things have changed in the way that we're giving out the grants, and so there are going to be some people who are not awarded, whether their application is valid or not. There was also multiple environments where we felt that to split money amongst 2, 3 or more similar projects would degrade every one of those projects. So I won't go on, but I would urge anybody who puts in a grant to have a look at what they actually need and tailor that grant and that request to something that's going to have a little bit of longevity in town, that can support itself in the long term. After, you're only allowed to apply for grants and be awarded a specific number of time, and that's in the city code. And the idea of grants is that they would have potentially longevity and be able to financially support themselves after the grants have run out, and ensure that they're related to as much local culture as humanly possible, and how that resonates there. So let's just be reasonable. We only have, no matter how much money we get, if we get 20 grant requests, we simply cannot fund everybody, because the amount that we can give is so small that it would be irrelevant at that point. But we welcomed all of the requests for grants this year, and I would encourage those who did not receive one to put in another request next year and see how that goes. Over and above that, I've got nothing else to report.
Okay, thank you, Nigel. I just amplify what you said. Commissioner Graf, do you have some comments?
I am currently working on our enrichment program that's being held at the library. We have slotted for January 17th, Dave Neville talking about estate planning for artists. And we have many wonderful things to follow, which I will present in January, because I hope to have the full calendar established at that point.
Thank you.
Mr.
and
Chair,
that's
I do
3.
have one other thing I need
Yes,
to
Nigel?
add, if you don't mind.
I'll come back to you.
Oh, I was going to say, and it's 3 to 4:30 at the Ojai Valley Library on January 17th.
17th.
Oh, no,
Museum.
museum, sorry. Museum. Museum.
Thank you,
Where
Commissioner
it's
Graf.
regularly held.
regularly is.
Nigel, you had a little more for us?
I do. So thank you for coming back to me. At the last meeting, I indicated that I had tendered my resignation to the Arts Commission, and that the chair had refused to accept it, and that I was serving at the pleasure of yourself, the mayor, the city council, and everybody else. I now withdraw my resignation and look forward to a productive, fruitful, and enjoyable Arts Commission's meetings and adding to the culture and art vibrancy of Ojai. So thank you for not accepting my resignation, Chair West.
I will say you do not have the power to withdraw it, but I ripped it up as soon as I received it. So, I should say Carl did. Okay, and nothing more from the city.
On that note, the city council made a change. So Commissioner Friedman submitted her resignation 2 weeks ago to the mayor. The city council recently changed how commissioners will be selected. It's a very minor change. In effect, it's still the chair, it's still the mayor, but the only change is the rotation of the council member who also participates in the interviews. That's taking effect the 28th of December. So in January, we're going to start the process of filling the vacancies that exist on the Parks and Rec Commission, the Arts Commission, and the Historical Preservation Commission.
And Carl, how soon in January do you think that process will start?
We'll look at the commissions that had previous applicants. Some did, some did not. So we'll probably have to advertise a few, but the ones that are ready to go sooner, that'll probably be in mid to late January.
Great.
Meetings, and that will just be a one-on-one meeting with the potential applicant or applicants if there's more than one in the conference room. It won't be a public meeting.
Right. Great, though, if that could move forward, because I know I speak for my colleagues in urging us to have a full complement of 5 people so we can move forward with all the business
And then
we
one
have.
other change adopted by the council is all the commissions now have the option of, if they're 5-member commissions, going up to 7. So that's something else that we'll discuss in January if the commission wants to do that or not.
Yeah, besides the Arts Commission.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the third change is they basically have dropped the residency requirement for the purposes of
For us.
quorum.
Right.
So
For all commissions?
Oh,
for all commissions, so previously the Parks and Recreation Commission, for example, had 2 non-residents, and then they had a vacancy with one of the residents, and they've not been able to meet because they didn't have a quorum of residents. So that's been dropped. So the commissioners are all commissioners, irrespective of being residents of the city or not being residents for purposes of a quorum.
Some wisdom there.
Yeah. They're all appointed by
Who
the
thought
city-
of that, right?
They're all appointed by the city council, so
All right.
they're.
Has this been voted on yet?
Handy. Yeah, but it takes, the ordinance takes
Back on the
effect the
28th.
28th.
Okay, so it's actually passed. Okay, good. It doesn't, like you say, it doesn't affect us a lot, because those are the things that we requested. Anything else, any CAPA, any,
Yeah, so CAPA is going to be convening likely in mid-January to review the El Roblar project. So this would be for their mural that they have proposed.
okay,
And that group's fully constituted now. The vacancy was a planning commissioner. It's been filled by Chair Quillisi.
all right. We all have a little travel coming, so, well, I should say I have a little travel coming, so let's pick a date when we could actually be there. Is that it, Carl?
Includes a staff update.
All right. No one from the council?
Whereas our council members probably still traumatized. Do you want commissioner comments, though?
I thought we
Please.
did those, but yes. Commissioner comments will do. Commissioner,
May I?
you may.
Great. So I just want to say that I think 2023 has been a great year for us. As this is our last meeting of 2023. We have enacted a 5-year plan, which was woefully overdue, and we are following it to the T. Thank you, Chair West for that. We have renewed activity. We're undertaking maintenance, also woefully overdue. We have enacted seminars and training programs. Thank you, Pam, for that. And we have finally, I believe, effectuated collegiality on this commission, and I'm grateful to all of you for that. I think it's a vastly different commission from the one I recall merely a few years ago. And so to all, happy holidays, and I look forward to the new year.
Thank you, Commissioner Stein. Pamela?
Actually, I forgot to mention in my comments that I was so thrilled at the turnout during the grant applications of all the creativity and all the enthusiasm in our town for the arts. And I have been working on a spreadsheet of all the contacts and email addresses and websites for all the organizations in Ojai, which I hope, I'm not sure how to use it, if it should be posted on our website under the Arts Commission?
I would
or-
collect it at this point, and then we'll
Okay.
use it the
But-
best we can.
I'm hoping that we can create this email chain, so whenever there's an event like an enrichment seminar or a grant application date, that it goes out to everybody, and we feel like we really had the reach within the community.
Yeah, good, good. It's in the plan, so
Yeah,
well,
so
I'm
I
glad
did
you're
that.
working on it, because we're so
And
short-staffed
also, we
here.
did inventory all the collections. I think you sort of touched upon that, but that was a lot of work that Christine and I did, going through all the old contracts, and that is put in place now, and there shouldn't be any, it's done. It's done. Yeah.
Which is great.
Well, it's my hope that, in our plan, we have a technology element which will make any of this work that we've done or commissioners have done in the past to get information, assessments, contacts, things into a central living database so that it isn't just work that's done and then forgotten as well. So I'm not quite sure how we do all that, but I know we have to because it's in our plan. So, thank you.
Good.
Is it, Nigel, you got anything for us?
Just to echo what Commissioner Steiner said, and to thank Carl and the City Council for effectuating the change that was necessary on that commission in order for us to start moving ahead at light speed together as one in a positive fashion to make Ojai better on the arts level, to be more inclusive. Thank you for allowing us to do that, and I look forward to finding the fifth member of our team that will join us in pushing forward in a positive manner.
Thank you, Nigel. And just in closing, a blessed and peaceful holidays and end of year to everybody. And may 2024 bring it even more and the same. With that, this meeting is adjourned. See you in January.